Welcome to part 2 of a 3-part series where we go in depth covering the economic growth and demographic changes in our region. Hi, I'm Kylie, Rowe, the Vice President of Relocation at Dickson Realty, and we are interviewing Brian Bonnenfant, the Director of Regional Studies at the university. Welcome back. I'm here with Brian Bonnenfant, the Director of the Center for Regional Studies at the university here. We talked about what is going on in our regional economy, and if you missed the first segment, go ahead and take a look because it really sets the stage for what we're going to talk about here. And during this one, Brian, we want to address what's happening now with this regional growth that we've been experiencing, and I know that there's this huge conversation around affordability.
Yeah, one of the challenges of our growing pains we're experiencing right now is the sharp increases in prices and what that's doing to the affordability of housing.
That's right. And, you know, I think that it's really interesting because we also talk about this in-migration and the demographics of people that are coming here. And I know that studies have indicated that the 25 to 35-year-olds are really wanting to live kind of more urban.
Yes, I mean, you don't always have to own a home, and so
right.
the rental market is kind of picking up that slack of the low supply of housing listings, and so the apartments we're running 2,200 under construction in the Reno-Sparks area right now, and hopefully that will fulfill that slack. And for the millennials moving in right now, the word on the street is they don't like to buy and live in the suburbs. They want to be more of the urban areas and ride and bike, and so we're hoping that rental market will suffice in providing that to that millennial.
So basically what you're saying is there's two parts to affordability. You know, you can look at it from the buy side or from the rental side. And on the rental side, there is going to be more inventory that's coming onto the market, which will alleviate some of the prices there.
Right.
Is what you said. And then on the buy side,
it's unfortunately you drive to qualify. And so if you want to own a home at the lower ends, you're looking at the Cold Springs, Fernley, and Dayton markets, and even some Carson City that's coming to fruition right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And so, you know, people are really talking about what is going on with housing prices. How rapidly are they increasing every quarter?
We're looking at near double-digit increases quarter over quarter, year over year, around 10%, and that's been the case since 2013. And so looking forward, we're seeing that, until those prices reach that point where the income and wages can no longer afford that median price, we expect that to happen for a little bit longer, and then maybe plateauing or coming down to some natural or normal appreciation rates.
And so, this largely has to do with the people moving in and what kind of homes that they're actually looking at buying at this point, and when the median home price starts to match that of the new home price. Is that right?
Yeah, eventually, we'll reach our 2006 median for the existing housing by the end of this year, around, 350. And then we'll get up to the 390s in 18, which is your median price for the new single family. And so at that point, you'll probably see some more movement into the new single family home buying.
That's right. So I think that that's really interesting because there is kind of a discussion that goes on when you are investing in new home development and what that brings into the local economy.
Yeah, that's the other challenge from this recession is the impacts on local government revenues. So as we move people in new home buying and those new property taxes and new fees, that will help alleviate those loss of revenues to the local governments.
Okay, so, I think we really covered very much what's going on currently and now and the questions around affordability and where you're going to have to go if you want to buy a home in the lower range and the fact that people are interested in renting in the urban areas. So, Brian, thank you so much. I'm going to wrap this one, and we're going to go to the next segment, and you can find us there to talk about what is happening in the future. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Kylie.